This episode of the Date Podcast is sponsored by Bopsy. Meet up to 6 people over mobile video. It's video speed dating. Download Bopsy in the Google Play Store or iTunes. Check out bopsy.com.
Hi, this is Emma.
This is Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast. We're so excited to do another show for you. We have a few thought-provoking topics we'd like to discuss.
Okay.
And today we have Lisa Michalsky. Did I say it right? Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's an improv accountant.
Again, nailed it. Yeah.
We'll get into that a little
We
later.
will.
But Lisa, one of the things that we're going to be talking about today, which I think is going to be wonderful coming from you and helpful for people out there that have the question, is kind of like, what are the best LGBTQ apps to use out there, whether it's for Apple or Android? Do you have a favorite? Don't tell us yet, but do you have a favorite?
I do.
Ooh.
I have
wanna
a
know.
tried and true favorite, yeah.
I'm
Oh.
intrigued.
Nice.
Yeah. And then also we're going to be talking a little bit about like just dating and relationship struggles that femme LGBTQ plus women have to deal with on the regular. And I have friends who've experienced this, and it's not fun sometimes. And I kind of want to understand the person's perspective, and I kind of do, but then I'm like, it's still really cringy for you to do that. Can you only imagine what I'm referring to?
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go into that. But first, we'd like to ask for your help. We're a brand new podcast available on iTunes and Google Play. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Hopefully, kick-ass review. Also, tell your friends about the podcast, and we appreciate the feedback and support, right, Emma? All the feedback.
Yes, we do.
If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on at the Date Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Did you know, Emma, I've been getting some questions on our email, so keep the questions coming and the topics coming, because we'll get to all of them sooner or later.
Eventually.
Yeah. So now for the fun stuff. What do you have, Emma?
Woohoo. Well, for the fun stuff, here we have Lisa Michalsky, who's an improv accountant. So tell us a little bit what an improv accountant is, because I'm sure listeners are like, well, did y'all just come up with that? Yes, we did.
Yes, first of all, I'm not moving around millions of dollars. That's not what improv accounting is. My occupation is accounting, so I do that during the day, and then at night, my number one hobby is doing improv comedy shows.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I read something that you're from Austin.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, because there's a lot of people that are moving here lately, as of late, right? One of the fastest growing cities in the United States. What brought you here?
Work.
Work.
To be short, work did, and I just love the potential for my job, the social potential this city has.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
why I've stayed. In just generally speaking, the younger population seems to be a lot more driven here.
Okay. That's good, because we're young.
We are I'm very young.
Yeah.
I'm very young.
Okay.
I don't understand why you're laughing at my
Because you had to emphasize it twice, and you had to I don't know. Go ahead.
I do have age issues, so excuse me.
You're excused.
You always bring them up. Stop bringing them up.
Okay, I'll keep you doing it. Okay. So you grew up in Austin. So did you always like numbers or performing, or?
I really didn't like either.
Okay.
You just fell
To be
into it?
honest, I kind of stumbled upon both.
Okay.
My brother was an accountant, and so, now he's finance. And so I decided to just start there because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I ended up liking it. And I always have a job. So.
Yeah.
And then improv, my friend just kind of dragged me to improv class, and I ended up actually being kind of good at it, so
Nice.
and enjoying it, so I stayed.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So are you, you can correct me because I'm not too familiar with the improv community. So are you kind of like a one-woman show, or are you like in a troupe? Is that the correct term?
Oh gosh, no, yeah, I'm in a troupe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a couple troupes that vary on size and.
Ooh.
What are they? Who are they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midnight Passion.
Okay. Shout out.
And then Three Best Friends.
Nice.
And I also do the LGBT show.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're pretty busy at
Yeah.
DC. So Dallas Comedy House, if people don't know, is an improv establishment in Deep Ellum, which is really cool. I went there for a little bit. And it's just great I wanted to go there for communication skills. That's why I wanted to go, and I love it. So, but so how often do you perform?
Probably twice a month.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah.
Twice a month, practice once a week or so.
And did you take classes there as well?
I did.
Okay. How was that?
It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I honestly did not like it for the first couple of classes.
Did the accountant come out just
very
a little
calculated?
bit? Like the type A person?
Was that a pun? Very calculated?
Yes.
I like to ignore his puns, so it's okay. You're okay.
No, I used to be a very shy person, and so I would sit in my car and just have to psych myself up to take classes in improv comedy. But then you get a taste for it and you stay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You just got to let it all go. It's just like whatever goes, and you know, no one cares if you mess up or.
I'm too much. There's this like therapy model out there that's called RODBT, and I'm too much of like an over. I forgot what it was, but it's like I'm very type A and very rigid, so it's really difficult for me to like let go of those things. So you guys are like, I'm like, yay, I'm an extrovert, and then I hear y'all talking about like you gotta just let things go, and I'm like, no, you don't.
Well, it's a different letting go, because it's make believe, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a story. So okay, so let's just keep going with improv. So how has that helped you with your dating life?
I think a lot of the stress of going on a first date is thinking, oh, can I keep conversation going?
Yeah.
And improv kind of like teaches you to, basically you could talk to a brick wall. You could, you know, there's never that worry anymore. I know that I'm capable of carrying a conversation and also getting the other people to engage in the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So and also the confidence that comes with performing on stage.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, so I go into first dates, I'm hardly nervous anymore. I just go to have a good time and know that I can have a good time with that person, even if we don't click.
Yeah, so what if you're talking to somebody and they don't reciprocate it back? They're just like, they're a brick wall, right? Or something.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That happens, right?
Yeah, I've definitely had to carry the conversation. And
it's so exhausting.
It is. It is, and you start strategizing, like, how do I end this date? And yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's a universal problem, yeah.
Yeah, very universal.
Yeah. So what's your dating experience here in Dallas? Talk to us about it.
In terms of online or in general?
In general, yeah.
Yeah, both.
So, I've online dated probably the whole time I've been here, so 7 or 8 years. I've also happened to date people that I've met just out and about. I've had 2 or 3 relationships since I've lived here, but most of it has been, 1 date to 1 month long.
Okay, I see.
So that's been like the main duration.
Yeah.
A lot of first dates, but not a lot of relationships.
Long term, yeah.
Do you have a type?
I don't.
Okay.
I like femme women.
Okay. And what is the difference?
I would say femme. I mean, they're feminine and they're not easily identifiable as gay. So they don't have like the shorter haircuts or dress like a stereotypical, what we would call a butch woman.
Right.
Yeah.
I would consider like Portia de Rossi when she was like at the beginning of Arrested Development. I think like that's the very clear example of like what a femme lesbian is.
That's Ellen's
wife.
Okay. Okay.
So I'd go for a Portia over a Ellen.
Yeah.
And you're femme. Emma's femme.
Yeah.
A good example of femme.
Okay. How do you you can just see by looking at the person whether or not she's femme or not. Okay.
Right. So it's just like how feminine are they? Like, are they putting effort into their hair? They're doing their makeup. Are they putting effort into their clothes? And so, like if just think of like, let's use Portia and Ellen DeGeneres, Portia de Rossi and Ellen DeGeneres. And so, Portia's always wearing, dresses and heels. And so you look at her and you're like, oh, she is very feminine. And Ellen, uses, she'll not sneakers, but she'll use kind of like the sneaker-ish shoes. She'll wear pants and, sweater vest and has, so you can kind of see the two differences.
It's a style thing over an effort thing. But
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you come out? And how did that happen?
It was a long process.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I kind of pieced it together junior year of high school.
Okay.
Okay.
And then slowly came out. And I would say I was done coming out probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so you guys were still living in Austin when this happened,
Yes.
when you came out, yeah.
Yes.
Which is, my heart breaks for all the people that are coming out in the South. It does, because we're in the Bible Belt.
Conservative.
We're so
yeah.
conservative or Republican, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Austin is kind of, I guess, seen as a liberal city, but
Oh, yeah.
I definitely grew up in the conservative part of Austin.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, so I didn't even have any references other than Speak of the Devil, Ellen,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So I was just like, oh, finally it clicked for me. And I kept my mouth shut because I was in a conservative part, so.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the things that always like comes to my mind when I think about people coming out here in the South is kind of like, how do your religious beliefs, you know, if you had any, like play into that? Like,
I didn't have any specific
Okay.
religious beliefs. I believe in God and I guess semi-Christian, just because I haven't explored any other religions.
Right.
But to speak to that, my dad's side was Catholic.
mm-hmm.
My dad was, I guess, like a Reformed Catholic or like he's some type of Christian. I don't really
Okay.
know. We haven't really talked too much.
Is he like a
about it.
non-practicing Catholic?
I don't know.
Okay.
He is agnostic.
Okay.
That's where you believe in God, but it's you don't have a specific
Like a
religion,
specific,
right?
yeah.
Okay. But so there was that hesitation to come out to him and his side of the family, but they've actually turned out to be wonderful about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so-
oh, good.
They were the last to know because of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because it's scary coming out, especially like, I think no matter like what religious practice, so I think a lot of them are just like they're just like so damning. And because it's like, you're not fitting this cookie cutter that we have for you. And
Yeah.
it's like, but I still believe the same thing that you do.
Yeah.
And so it just, I don't know, it upsets me. I think that's another topic we could get into
Well,
later.
what I realized is that like the people who yell at me at pride events aren't representative of the Christian
Right.
religion.
Yeah.
They're just like a small,
Yeah.
very small portion of it. So once you kind of figure that out, it's a lot less scary.
Yeah, that's true. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that you say that because, you know, it's so, like you take one bad person and it just spoils everything else. And it's just very upsetting. And I think for, you know, anything that we talk about, just like you see one bad thing and it's kind of like reflective of everyone else. And we're like, no, there's some of us that aren't that way.
Yeah. And there's probably a pretty big community here, right? As far as LGBT,
Oh, yes.
lesbian.
Yeah, I live down the street from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So where do you hang out? Like what are the hot spots? Yeah.
I don't go out a whole lot anymore, but the hot spots when I did go out were Sue Ellen's, which is on Cedar Springs. That was big.
I
for
love
me.
Sue Ellen's.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So Owens is cool.
It's fun. It's ever changing. Sometimes I'm like the crowd, like the age appropriate crowd. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
Roundup's fun too.
Oh my gosh, I love the Roundup.
That's a mostly gay cowboy bar. I would describe it as.
Yes.
A lot of boots scooting and.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I also do tennis with a group. It's called Sets in the City, and it's
Sets in the City.
Sets in the City, yeah. And it's a lot of like lesbian, bi, and we have a few straight women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So that's
cool.
my main lesbian hangout.
Yeah. Have
Playing
you guys?
tennis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Playing tennis
At
yeah.
the country club.
Exactly.
Have you guys been to Havana's?
I
When they
have.
late night, they have this buffet for like $10.
Yeah.
It is the best tacos. Whatever they have, whether tacos or
Oh,
beans.
good.
No,
or
and how do I not know about this?
I don't know. It just happens late at night, but after everything's closing
I
up.
don't know about it. I'm really sad.
It's so good.
I knew about it, but I was wary of a buffet at a nightclub.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's
Yeah, I don't like buffets, but you know, if it's open late night and I can just dance by myself, I'm good.
That's good intel. I'll have to check it out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to dance.
So dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
What's your go-to?
I used to be a Match.com-aholic,
Oh.
but now I like Bumble.
Okay.
Tell us, like, what happened for you to go to Match to Bumble?
So Match, it used to be like everybody paid to use it. but now you have a lot of people who don't pay to use it, and they just kind of look. So it kind of blurs the line between, are they just not answering because they're not interested, or because they haven't paid to use the site.
Oh.
And so I would send a lot of messages to people I was interested in and not hear anything back. So it kind of messes with your mind a little bit.
Right.
And so it's like, why pay, $45 or whatever it is if I'm not going to hear back from like 75% of the people that I write.
That's a little crummy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's to make the application look busy, I think.
True.
Right?
That's a good point, yeah.
Right, because you cannot send messages if you don't pay. Is that correct? I don't think so.
Right, but they just added something very recently that if I pay, I can pay an additional like $10 so that people who aren't subscribers can message me back if I message them.
Oh, heck no. No. I don't need a scrub. You don't need a scrub
That's
either.
Like setting me up to be a sugar mama, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, I don't like that.
So in Bumble, you match with somebody.
Yeah.
So who can message who? Because, for male and female, like we have to wait for the female.
Yeah.
Is it the same? Is it just open either or?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Either.
That's different. Any Tindering going on?
That's the one app I haven't tried.
Oh.
Is it because of the reputation?
Yes. Which come to find out, I think the founder of Bumble is also like upper management of Tinder.
No, she used to be.
Oh, she
was dating someone at Bumble. It became a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it became a lawsuit, and then she came over and started Bumble.
And she started Bumble and made
yeah.
it safer for women. And so, that was the purpose, in heterosexual relationships. That way, we're not getting hit on by creepers.
Well, good to know.
By creeper men.
I was misinformed then.
So
I know, right? It's shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I guess we can segue to the one article we have about dating apps. There's a lot that I saw, and there was also one, Emma, that was founded by Whitney Wolf, which is the Bumble founder.
Oh.
Right. It was it called Scissor? Was it Scissor or was it something else? I forgot.
I don't remember.
That's by far my favorite name of all these guys.
Yeah. But yeah, we've kind of mentioned already,
Right.
Tinder and then Bumble and then Match, but
and the other one is Grindr, which I don't know, maybe I always thought Grindr had a negative connotation like Tinder.
Yeah.
That it was only for hookups, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts, Lisa, on Grindr?
I've only heard of it being a hookup app.
Yeah.
From my gay guy friends. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
And also, I've been to bars on Cedar Springs, and the bartender will have Grindr pulled up and actively looking at who's in the bar.
Oh my! Oh, I want to experience that. I'm like, can I help you swipe? Can I be a part of this?
Well,
I'm a really good matchmaker. I'm not, but I would lie.
Yeah. Well, who knows? But Grindr. So when I saw Grindr, it was just it was just pictures of men and bodies. Is that what you guys saw on Grindr? Rarely.
I'd say that's accurate.
Rarely any faces, just bodies, shirtless.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've seen faces, but then I've had guy friends text, and within a few texts they get pictures of everything else.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Cucumbers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No?
I don't like that. It scares me.
Uh-huh.
I don't find it attractive. I don't need it in my life. So if a guy sends that to me, I'm like, bye.
Red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag. I don't want it.
But do women send that to each other?
Yes.
Oh. What kind? Do you have any examples?
I've definitely gotten some graphic things within a few texts, and I've learned the biggest red flag is if they ask me to join. What's it called? There's a certain app where you can basically send pictures to each other.
Like WhatsApp or something like that.
Snapchat.
It'll come to me
okay.
later.
Yeah.
But whenever they're like, hey, join this, I go, nope, you're a bot, or you're just looking for nudes or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, but what if she's so hot? What if she's just the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life?
Oh, gosh.
I gotta say, even if it was the hottest man in the world and he was asking me to send
Benedict
stuff.
Cumberbatch, he sent you a dick pic.
No, it is no.
You would not
No.
You would not.
I would actually screenshot it, probably send it to my book club and be like, or maybe not screenshot it, but like tell my book club about it and just be like, oh my gosh, look at what he did. This is horrible. And then I actually have a Jif that I sent back. Mm-hmm. And it's this guy, like from a cooking show, eating a sausage that was cooked. Hold on, it's a meme that I said.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like eating the sausage from a cooking show that one of the like people cooked, and the caption is the sausage is too aggressive, and so like that's what I sent back.
The sausage is too aggressive.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't want that in my life.
Yeah, I think for the audience, for the men out there, please don't send any of that.
Oh my gosh, please don't. It's not attractive for us, like. In hetero relationships, I don't want it. I can't speak, but for everyone else. But like for me, like no, gross. You'll be blocked. You'll be deleted. It's not funny. I don't like it. It's in bad taste. Stop it.
Okay.
I did find out the name of it.
Ooh, what is it?
Kik. K-I-K.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't people like meet on there too?
Maybe. It's a way to text and send pictures without giving your phone number.
That's a little too messy for me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's anonymous. That's why they do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then like, why? Like, anyway, never mind. I'm going to get off on my little tangent.
Why can't you give me your phone number?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you, like, if you like it and you want to say my goodies, like, why can't you court me?
Yeah.
So, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways. Emma.
What? I have a very high horse. Okay. And I will fall off of it one day, but not today.
Okay. What topic do we have as far as what are we going to be inspired by?
What do you mean?
What article are we going to be inspired by?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
So I was like inspired. Like,
yeah, it's going to inspire.
Am I not inspiring right now?
Lisa's inspiring.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Hey, you can give me a compliment. No, I'm joking.
Oh, Lord.
Lisa, take a drink. Okay, good. We're going to be talking about like a dating and relationship struggles that I feel, this was a article written by Whitney and Megan Bacon Evans. They are married and they're both femme lesbians. So they talk about the struggles that, women in general and that they have faced while they're in a relationship. So they explain that a femme is a lesbian whose appearance and behavior are seen as traditionally feminine. And they also go on to just saying like they're both blonde, they're around the same height, they like to wear lipstick, and of course they are married. Mm-hmm. And so they kind of get, they get very crappy things said to them sometimes. Yeah. And I was reading this and I was just like, ugh, this is horrible, but I believe that this totally happened too. Mm-hmm. So one of the things is like, the first one is like, but you don't look gay.
Mm-hmm. Lisa, what are your thoughts on that?
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Because to your first time seeing me, you probably wouldn't guess that I am. I don't take offense to it because, I think there are certain features and certain ways that gay people dress to kind of almost signal other gay people like, hey, this is what I am. So that makes sense to me. I understand why people get offended to a degree, but I don't.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's very like, I know what you're talking about. Like, okay.
So you're just kind of like, it's like a water on a duck's back about it.
I've never heard that saying.
Really?
I like it. I'm going to use it though.
Yeah.
I've never heard that either.
Ducks repel water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
That's really cute. I like
Thank
it.
You.
Okay.
Next.
Zorric. The other one, this one made me laugh. It was like, you just haven't met the right man yet. Because a man is totally going to fix it.
Yeah.
Which goes to the next one is, can we have a threesome? So I'm going to combine these two because, so I've been rewatching the Jersey Shore because I love that show. It's such a guilty pleasure. And in one of the seasons, I think it was either Pauly D or Vinny that they meet someone, and she tells him, well, I'm a lesbian, and so whoever it was like, this is like a mission that I have to achieve, and it's like, really, this is a challenge for you? She's not sexually attracted to you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh God.
Have you ever had people tell you this, Lisa? Like you haven't met the right man yet, or?
Oh yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I feel like it's a drunk dude.
Yes.
Really? Like a really hammered guy, just,
Like on his ego drunken trip.
I've never had a respectable man ask me that question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Most men who are confident in who they are don't even
Care.
ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cut and done deal. I have also been asked for a threesome with my last girlfriend quite a bit.
Like a girl asked for, or a guy asked for it?
Guy.
Guy asked for, okay.
Because again, it's a challenge. So it'd be like, points for me and look what I did, which is so just dumb.
I actually almost did get in a physical fight with one guy because he did try to like touch my girlfriend.
Oh.
No.
And put his arm around me. So I had to call the bouncer and get him taken care of.
Oh my gosh.
But that's the only time it's turned that aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think that's
horrible.
Yeah, that's horrible, and it's like the fantasy of a guy, every man, like threesome.
I wish you would have seen mine and Lisa's face because we just looked at each other like shrugged and
I'm
kind
not
of rolled
talking
our
about
eyes.
Lisa or Emma. I'm talking about the men out there. The fantasy is like two women.
No, right. But this is our reaction to that statement. The fact that this is kind of what men want. So I'm rolling my eyes because I'm like, yes, I understand that that's something that men want, but I'm like, whatever.
The fantasy doesn't disgust me at all.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it completely.
Yeah.
It's but when I say that, we're on a date or this is my girlfriend and then you proceed to do that undermines our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm totally on board with like going for it, but not if someone has, delineated, hey, this is my committed relationship I'm in.
Yeah.
So it's like on your terms, almost.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Is
just,
it?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, don't disrespect my relationship.
Right.
But if I haven't drawn that line, yeah, go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay. Good.
I wonder what's the,
I love it.
What's the percentage of people who've had threesomes? We should look that up someday.
All right, Zorric.
It matters.
Okay. The people need to know.
That would be
The
interesting.
people need to know.
I guess the point I'm making, like, if you're
Uh-huh.
attracted to somebody, it doesn't, I don't fault you for asking, but if I'm like, hey, I'm here with my girlfriend, we're on a date, don't keep asking me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're kind of being like a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of bar it is? Or this is, as you, like, have you ever had that question? That's the other one. Like, do you know what kind of bar this is?
Oh, no, actually.
No.
No.
I hate to kill it like that, but no, I haven't ever.
Okay. Because I guess you look too good, or what? Was this what she's saying here? Maybe because she's like, I don't know.
Or, I have gotten that from a bar patron before, like at a lesbian club, but it was like a pickup line kind of, or an
Maybe
introduction line.
So this is so this is coming from like when you go to a gay club and they're telling you like, do you know what kind of bar this is? Because they're questioning the fact that you are a lesbian.
Okay.
Or they're right, because it's
Gotcha.
two lesbian wives that are talking about this, that they're like, when we go out to gay bars, we get asked this.
I see.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Have you been asked that?
No, I always get hit on. So I always have to say, I appreciate so much that you tell me that you think I'm really pretty, but I'm actually straight. So can I buy you a drink? So I'll buy them a drink.
That's nice.
I know.
That's nice. I like that.
It strokes my ego. So I'm like, yes, let me stroke yours back. Let me buy you a drink. It's usually me going to the gay men and hitting on them and being told, Emma, they're gay. I'm like, I know, but they're so pretty. I just want to be friends with them.
You know what's weird though, and this might be a sidebar, but almost every time I go out in the gayborhood, I get hit on by a straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter which club I go to, I can be at Sue's and I'll get
Really?
a guy talk to me.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, but
Because, I mean, like, I'm a straight woman and I go because I feel safe there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like, if I get hit on, it's probably going to be by someone that I don't mind getting hit on. So if it's a gay guy or a lesbian woman, I'm going to be like, let's be friends forever. Instead of like, ew, get away from me. Like, why are you touching me? Because that's how I would be at a straight bar. Hence why I'm still single.
Yeah. I also feel the same way about going to Sue Ellen's because I don't feel pressure to like meet women. I'm just there to hang and dance, and there's like a lot of dancing there, line dancing.
Yes.
I mean, it's so fun. But
I love seeing the drag shows at S4 too. Oh, that's just my life.
Yeah.
Love it.
I understand it. I understand why straight men go there though.
Right.
Because there's a lot of straight women who go there.
Yes.
And so it makes sense to like
go because that's where you know that they're going to be a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah. But I'll be like, I literally came here with 7 straight women and you picked the one gay one out of the group.
What does that say about me?
Also, thank you for finding me pretty.
Yeah. Can I buy you a drink now?
Exactly.
It also reminds me of the How I Met Your Mother episode where Barney and Ted go to a gay club because they're just so excited to have an umbrella in their drink. Because you, as a straight man, they're like, we can't have this outside of here.
Oh, God.
And so they're like getting hit on by gay men the whole time. So it's really funny to kind of like change your perspective. And Lily and Robin are just like dancing and having fun, which is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. The next question that they get asked, these 2 girls are you sisters? Which I'm like, oh, that's horrible.
That's awkward.
Yeah. It's like, no, we're married.
Do you hold hands with your sister, Emma?
Pardon?
Do you hold hands with your sister?
I don't hold hands with my sister anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
Aww.
I used to, like when I was a little
You
kid.
guys should try it next time. No?
No, her love language is not physical contact, so I think she would punch me.
Oh. Okay.
Jeez.
No, she wouldn't punch me, but she'd be like, why are you doing this?
I
She'd
know.
question me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I want to love you. She'd be like, you can braid my hair.
Okay. The next is...
Who's the man in the relationship? Lisa is cracking up.
What do you have on this one, Lisa?
I laughed so hard that I hit my chin. Yeah, I get that. I get asked that probably more than any of these questions, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it comes in different forms.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's just trying to say who's more dominant,
Right.
but said not in a tactful way. So,
Yeah. And you know, and I get it. Like in our little heterosexual worlds, you know, we have to remember like we're very like A and B equals C, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot when we are in heterosexual relationships, we're like man and woman equals relationship, child, blah blah blah. And so then when we see, you know, a gay or lesbian relationship, we're like, we don't understand what's going on because it's B plus B or A plus A. And so like I get it, and at the same time it's like, but I wish we didn't have that in heterosexual relationships. I wish we didn't have these gender norms that we have to follow. So get off your high horse. I'm still on mine, by the way.
I agree.
I like your sassy hand movement.
Lots of hands all the time.
That listeners
time.
can't see, but it's like a firework that goes off.
Yeah, it's always there. You know, because I don't know. And this one also reminds me of, oh my gosh, Cam and Mitchell from Modern Family. They're some of my favorite couples. You know, and it's so like if you ever see their relationship, like they're both they both are strong in their own ways, and together they come as a couple. And so like seeing that, I think that's a great example of how relationships work. It's not just one person, it's both of them together coming as one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that a little cheesy?
No, I love it.
Was that beautiful?
Hopeless romantic.
I am a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one, I don't even know if I want to say it. Ugh, because it's horrible. All right, I'll say it.
Say it.
How do you have sex?
I have not received that.
Oh, you haven't?
You have not?
No, surprisly not, but I hope I do.
You do. How are you going to respond, Lisa?
I don't know yet. I have no idea.
I just think that's horrible. Like, first of all, why is it your business?
Yeah.
Second of all, if you're that interested, Google it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where they were asked this, because maybe if it's like a close friend or something, you know, maybe it's okay, but like not a stranger that just kind of, it's like a drive-by and ask.
I don't come up to like people and say like, how are you having sex? Like,
Yeah.
why do you have so many kids?
I can't believe a man would ask. This is probably one of those drunk questions.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I think this might be also like, I could see a woman saying this too.
Very true, yeah.
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 I'm not going to discriminate. We're both equally bad.
I know. Like, that's just comedy gold waiting to happen.
And
if it happens, can you just text us and let us know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Maybe do it on, I don't know if you have a Twitter, but if you do, like, post it on Twitter, 'cause I think it'd be hilarious.
let us know the whole interaction.
Got it.
Like if fists were flying after. This mentioned something interesting here, that lesbians have more orgasms than straight women. Is that true?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Maybe.
we did some research.
We did.
Psychology.
And I could have told you this. I could have told you what this research says, by the way.
I should not even look at the paper.
It's because it's about the foreplay. It's about the sensuality. It's about getting to the climax. Versus in heterosexual relationships, it's just like done. I didn't get warmed up.
I don't know that that's fair.
Most relationships.
Okay.
Okay.
Here, let me tell you the percentage they have
Give
here.
it to us.
Because, okay, so the mean occurrence for heterosexual women for orgasms was 61.6%, 58% for bisexual women, and 74.4% for lesbian women. And then it also talks about the average length of sexual encounters.
Okay, I need to know that, please.
Okay. So for lesbian couples, it's 30 to 45 minutes, while couples in other types of relationships are 15 to 30 minutes. So this is a study conducted by Blair and Pakal in 2014, and they surveyed 822 participants between the age of 18 and 79. And then another study done by Cohen and Byers in 2013 reported that women in same-sex sexual encounters reported an average of 57 minutes. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
So,
Is it?
Yeah, that's accurate.
So when I'm reading this, for me, it's all about like getting to, like warming up, like having fun with it, like being sensual about it. And I think that a lot of times in heterosexual relationships, it's about like the man getting to orgasm, and then the man is upset because the woman's not getting the orgasm. And it's like, right, but like, you can't just expect me to get to the finish line.
Yeah, I think what this tells me is that I need to work on my numbers. Maybe I need to work to like 45 minutes, and then she's probably 74% more likely to orgasm. Well, I mean, I'm just speaking out loud. This is not for.
And the other part too is that a lot of women can't orgasm just from penetration. Yeah. And I think that men forget that, because when like you're actually having coitus, like that's how men get their orgasm, and like we don't, like we need other things happening at the same time.
But like all women or some women? Oh, this is news to me. Go ahead, Emma.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know the numbers exactly. Okay. I'm more than happy to look up for them for you, Zorric.
Okay, please.
I have contacts. I have sex therapists that I can call if you want me to, who work in this field. But yeah, like there's a large percentage of women who just don't orgasm just from penetration. Like you have to have clitoris stimulation. You also have to have you need to be touching like breasts and kissing and doing other things that leads to that orgasm. It's not just like penetration by itself.
Yeah,
that's not going to do anything. All it makes you do is have a baby.
I've had it the reverse too.
Oh, tell me more if you want.
I mean, like I've had like encounters or girlfriends where it was like they couldn't get off just from clitoral stimulation. Like they needed like penetration.
Mm-hmm. See? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can definitely, everything exists. There's always just one that's going to exist more than the other.
Yeah, and you know what else someone told me is that it's also about connection too.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like emotionally connected to somebody I guess it'll increase your likeliness to have an orgasm. But also sex can be just an act, right? For some people.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that's okay too. I'm just saying, like, if you want to have an orgasm, if you want your woman to have an orgasm, or
I want to have an orgasm though.
You can just ask. You can straight up ask, like, what do you like?
Oh yeah, and I totally believe in that. Yeah, it takes a lot of the guesswork, and then you're both in sync, and in your sexual encounter, and that just helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
That's usually the first message I send.
Really? No.
So,
so what do you need me to do in order to give you an orgasm? Thanks. That's your opening line.
So, Lisa, like, what are your takeaways here from all of this we've talked about? Any tips or any like words of wisdom?
Any thoughts? Yeah.
Oh man,
so much.
I don't know. It's just interesting to put it in perspective, especially like the questions you get asked most.
Mm-hmm.
I rather educate than be offended by most questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. It's just very interesting to see what, because I haven't been asked half of these.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't look gay.
Yeah.
That's got to be my favorite one.
Yeah. Well, for me, Lisa, I think men are all stupid, and we just need to not.
Women are stupid too.
Well,
I gotta say, like, before I got my sex therapy training and I allowed myself to be immersed with the LGBTQ community,
mm-hmm.
I was these people.
Yeah.
Asking these dumb questions.
Yeah.
And the more that I allowed myself to like engage in the community, the more that I was like, I am a jerk. Yeah. I am so sorry. Let me apologize now to everyone I ever offended in the past.
Yeah, I think Lisa made a good point. It's about education.
Yeah, for sure.
Educating people. Maybe that's the bottom line today.
Mm-hmm.
And to put it in perspective, coming out is still kind of, I mean, it's not a new thing, but people being cool about it is kind of new,
mm-hmm.
or being very open about it is kind of new. So that's going to continue to grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at my life timeline, when I was in high school, the gay kids were still getting harassed.
Yeah.
And then I go back a couple years later to visit teachers, and there's, little teenage girls holding hands in the hallways. So if you have questions, I wouldn't hesitate, but still.
Yeah.
What about for people coming out? Do you have any kind of tips or anything to say?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough, but some people will surprise you positively.
Yeah.
So I prefer to give people the benefit of the doubt. And either way, just rip the Band-Aid, because it's better to live out and proud than in the closet. That'll stress you out a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I just can't imagine. So I'm hoping that one day if I ever do have kids, then like their population is just going to be like, cool. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I probably think so. It's just...
Which I'm really excited to look forward to that.
Kids?
To that population. Yes, to kids, and just for, like for people to be like not worried about the fact that they're gay or lesbian.
Yeah.
That they're just going to be like, it's not going to be a big deal. It's like, oh, you have red hair? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Who cares?
And I just want to clarify one thing. I think there's also the misconception that a lot of lesbians are man-haters.
No.
And I could see how that might come across from me being like, yeah, a guy told me this once, and a guy was drunk and asked me if she's my sister. That's not the case.
No.
It just so happens that most of the question askers are drunk men, generally in Addison, Texas bars.
That doesn't help, right?
No.
The stupid questions, yeah.
So now we know where not to go. I'm joking.
Yeah.
All right, Emma, close us out.
All right, that's all we have for today. We hope that you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on @datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you, Lisa, so much for being a part of this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you.